In a bustling cafe nestled in the heart of downtown, the air was thick with the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee and the soft murmur of affluent patrons engaging in lively discussions. The cafe, with its lavish decor and plush seating, served as a sanctuary for the city's elite, a place where business deals were struck over frothy cappuccinos and decadent pastries. Amidst this vibrant atmosphere, David Sullivan, a millionaire entrepreneur with an impeccable track record, sat at a corner table, his fingers tapping rhythmically against the polished wood. He was poised to finalize a significant business deal that would elevate his company to the top tier of the industry. David, a man in his early 30s, exuded confidence. His tailored suit and meticulously groomed appearance spoke of success. He had built his empire from the ground up, and today, with his best friend and business partner, Ryan, by his side, he felt invincible. Ryan, with his charming smile and easygoing demeanor, complemented David perfectly. They had navigated the treacherous waters of the business world together, and David trusted him implicitly. At the same time, Emily, a young waitress with an observant eye, maneuvered between tables, refilling cups and taking orders. Though she wore a friendly smile, her thoughts often wandered to her aspirations beyond serving coffee. She had ambitions of her own, dreams of a corporate career, but for now, she found herself tangled in the lives of the wealthy clientele she served. As she approached David and Ryan's table, she couldn't help but notice the energy radiating from them. It was a palpable excitement, one that hinted at success on the horizon. As Emily leaned over to refill Ryan's water, she inadvertently caught snippets of a conversation that would change everything. Ryan's voice, low and conspiratorial, drifted through the clatter of dishes and chatter of patrons. "I'll have everything set up once the deal is signed. David won't suspect a thing," Ryan said, a smirk playing at the corners of his mouth. "Once I have control, it'll all be mine. He's too trusting for his own good." Emily's heart raced as she processed Ryan's words. Shocked, she stepped back, nearly spilling the water pitcher. The internal conflict raged within her. Should she intervene? How could she possibly warn David without exposing herself? The moral dilemma hung heavily in her mind, like a storm cloud threatening to break. Torn between her responsibilities as a waitress and her moral obligation to protect David, Emily decided she couldn't remain silent. The weight of Ryan's betrayal felt unbearable, and she resolved to act. She would gather her courage and warn David, even if it meant risking her job. Meanwhile, David returned to the table, blissfully unaware of the treachery being plotted just a few feet away. Ryan greeted him with a facade of friendship, masking his true intentions with ease. The two men clinked their glasses together in celebration, while Emily watched from a distance, anxiety gnawing at her insides. Summoning every ounce of bravery, Emily approached David. "Excuse me, Mr. Sullivan," she whispered, her voice trembling slightly. "Can I talk to you for a moment?" David turned, his brow furrowed in confusion. "Of course, what's on your mind?" "It's about Ryan," she hesitated, searching for the right words. "I think you need to know something. Please, just hear me out." David's initial skepticism was evident. He regarded her with curiosity, the weight of doubt beginning to settle in. "What about Ryan?" As Emily relayed her concerns, David felt a flicker of doubt enter his mind. Their shared history flashed before him, their years of friendship, the trust they had built. Could Ryan truly betray him? Yet the thought lingered, gnawing at him as Emily continued to speak. David's trust in Ryan began to waver, creating an internal struggle as he reflected on their long-standing partnership. Meanwhile, Emily stood nearby, her heart racing as she watched the two men interact. Her own uncertainty mirrored David's. Had she done the right thing by speaking up? Determined to get to the bottom of this, David made the decision to delay signing the deal. He needed clarity, and he resolved to investigate Ryan's actions without raising suspicion. "I'll give it a little more time," he told himself, the words echoing in his mind like a mantra. Emily, sensing David's need for support, offered her help. "I can assist you in looking into this," she said, her voice steadying as determination replaced her earlier anxiety. "I've seen how Ryan operates, I might have some insights that could help." As they delved deeper into the situation, a bond began to form between them. Emily's instincts and resourcefulness impressed David, and he began to see her as more than just a waitress. She was becoming an ally in his fight against potential betrayal. Meanwhile, Ryan remained blissfully unaware of the brewing storm. He continued to play the role of the supportive friend, laughing and engaging with David, all while David's doubts simmered just beneath the surface. David watched Ryan closely, scrutinizing his every move, searching for any slip that might confirm Emily's warning. To bolster his investigation, David decided to hire a private investigator, Julian, to delve into Ryan's financial activities. Emily provided valuable insights, helping David strategize his next steps while they both navigated the murky waters of suspicion. After weeks of careful observation and investigation, David gathered enough evidence to confront Ryan. He set the scene in a private office, where he could finally address the mounting tension between them. The atmosphere was thick with anticipation as David prepared himself for the confrontation. "Ryan, we need to talk," David said, his voice steady but laced with an underlying current of tension. Ryan, caught off guard, raised an eyebrow but quickly masked his surprise with a grin. "Of course, buddy. What's on your mind?" he replied, feigning innocence. David placed a file on the desk between them, its contents meticulously gathered over the past weeks. "I have evidence of your plans to take over the company," he stated flatly, locking eyes with Ryan. "I know about the illicit transfers to offshore accounts." The color drained from Ryan's face as his facade crumbled. The tension escalated, and the room felt electric with the weight of the moment. Ryan's anger flared, his voice rising as desperation took hold. "You don't know what you're talking about. This is all just a misunderstanding." But David remained unmoved, the evidence in front of him undeniable. He felt a rush of vindication as he finally confronted the betrayal he had sensed all along. With the confrontation behind him, David wasted no time in taking legal action against Ryan for fraud and breach of fiduciary duty. He rallied his legal team, preparing to protect the company's reputation and finances amidst the fallout of the scandal. It was a tumultuous time, but David felt empowered, knowing he was taking a stand against the betrayal of someone he once considered a brother. Emily stepped into a more active role in the company, showcasing her skills and instincts as they navigated the crisis. David recognized her potential, entrusting her with more responsibilities as the company began to recover from the shock of Ryan's actions. Their partnership blossomed, built on a foundation of trust forged through adversity. As the news of Ryan's fraudulent activities broke, the public perception shifted. He was painted as the villain in a corporate scandal, and David felt a wave of relief wash over him as the truth came to light. The company worked diligently to secure its finances and restore its reputation, emerging stronger than ever. With the fallout of Ryan's betrayal behind them, David and Emily looked forward to new beginnings. Emily was officially offered a permanent leadership role in the company, a testament to her growth from waitress to key player. The transition marked not only a personal victory for her but also a pivotal moment for the company as it embraced a new direction under David's leadership. As they celebrated the resilience of their team, David took a moment to reflect on the tumultuous journey they had endured. He recognized the value of trust and the importance of integrity in business, lessons learned the hard way. For Emily, the experience had been transformative. Empowered by her new role, she felt ready to embrace the future alongside David, a partnership built on mutual respect and shared ambitions. As the cafe bustled around them, David and Emily shared a quiet moment of understanding. They had both come through a storm together, and now, with the promise of new horizons ahead, they were prepared to face whatever challenges lay in their path. As weeks turned into months, the dust from Ryan's betrayal began to settle. The media frenzy surrounding the corporate scandal gradually waned, but the impact lingered within the walls of the company. David Sullivan found himself in a precarious position as he worked to rebuild trust among his employees and secure the company's future. Emily Hart, now officially a part of the leadership team, thrived in her new role. Her keen insights and strategic thinking had become invaluable assets to the company's recovery. David admired her resilience and determination, grateful for her support during such a tumultuous time. The two spent countless hours discussing company strategies and navigating the complexities of the business landscape, their bond deepening with each shared challenge. However, not everyone was pleased with Emily's rise within the company. A faction of employees, loyal to Ryan, remained skeptical of her capabilities. Whispers of dissent echoed through the office corridors, fueled by resentment and lingering loyalty to the man who had once been a revered figure. David was aware of the tension but was determined to protect Emily and support her as she proved her worth. Emily was acutely aware of the challenges she faced. She poured herself into her work, determined to demonstrate her competence to her colleagues. Every day presented a new opportunity to shine, and she was ready to seize them. She implemented new marketing strategies that revitalized client engagement, showcased her leadership during team meetings, and encouraged collaboration among departments. Despite her success, self-doubt occasionally crept in. Emily often found herself questioning whether she truly belonged in this new role. One evening, while reviewing her presentation for an upcoming board meeting, she confided in David. "Do you think they'll ever see me as a legitimate leader? Or will I always be just Ryan's replacement?" David looked at her, his expression serious. "You're not just Ryan's replacement, Emily. You've earned your place here. Your ideas are innovative, and your dedication is unmatched. Trust in yourself as much as I trust in you." His words resonated deeply, bolstering her confidence. Emily realized that she was capable of carving her own path, distinct from Ryan's shadow. Meanwhile, David remained vigilant. Though he had confronted Ryan, the fallout from his betrayal left lingering concerns. He couldn't shake the feeling that there were still hidden threats within the company, remnants of Ryan's machinations. Determined to ensure no stone was left unturned, David continued his investigation into the former partner's dealings. With Julian, the private investigator, still on the case, David delved into the financial records Ryan had manipulated. They discovered several suspicious transactions and connections to offshore accounts that had not been fully uncovered during the initial investigation. David was relentless, determined to gather every piece of evidence to protect his company and hold Ryan accountable. During one late-night session at the office, David and Julian pored over financial statements, charts, and reports. Emily walked in, finding them deep in conversation. "What's going on?" she asked, her curiosity piqued. David gestured for her to join them. "We're uncovering more about Ryan's schemes. It seems he had a broader network of collaborators than we initially thought." Emily's eyes widened. "Do you think there are still people in the company who are loyal to him?" David nodded, concern etched on his face. "It's possible. We need to be cautious. I want to make sure everyone who was involved in this is held accountable." As the three of them worked together, Emily felt a renewed sense of purpose. She was becoming more than just an observer, she was an active participant in the fight to secure the company's integrity. In the weeks that followed, David and Emily collaborated on a series of initiatives aimed at restoring employee morale and fostering a sense of unity within the company. They organized team-building events, workshops, and open forums where employees could voice their concerns and ideas. David understood that transparency was key to rebuilding trust, and he was committed to creating an inclusive environment. Emily took the lead in designing a mentorship program, pairing seasoned employees with newer team members to foster collaboration and professional growth. The response was overwhelmingly positive, and she felt a sense of pride as she witnessed the shift in workplace dynamics. As the company began to flourish, the whispers of dissent slowly faded. Employees began to recognize Emily's contributions and leadership skills, and David's support helped solidify her position. Together, they created an atmosphere where innovation thrived, and every team member felt valued. However, as David and Emily focused on their shared goals, Ryan lurked in the shadows, plotting his return. After the legal proceedings, he had been forced out of the company, but he was far from defeated. With his charm and cunning, he began to rally a small group of disgruntled former employees, weaving a narrative that painted David and Emily as the villains of the story. Ryan reached out to various contacts in the industry, spreading rumors and misinformation to undermine David's credibility. His plan was to create doubt in the minds of clients and stakeholders, hoping to destabilize the company from the inside. He believed that if he could weaken David's position, he could orchestrate a comeback. As Ryan's influence grew among those still loyal to him, David received troubling reports. A few clients expressed hesitations about continuing their partnerships, citing concerns raised by Ryan. David felt a knot tighten in his stomach. It was becoming clear that Ryan's deceitful game was far from over. One afternoon, as David and Emily reviewed quarterly reports in the boardroom, David received an urgent call from Julian. "David, I've uncovered something critical regarding Ryan," he said, his tone serious. "What is it?" David asked, his heart racing. "Ryan is not only spreading rumors. He's attempting to sabotage your upcoming presentation to potential investors. He's reached out to some of your key contacts, and they're beginning to doubt your leadership." David felt a surge of anger mixed with determination. "We can't let him succeed. We need to confront this head-on." Emily nodded, her expression resolute. "Let's gather our evidence and address this directly with the investors. We need to show them the truth." As they prepared to confront the situation, David felt a renewed sense of purpose. He would not let Ryan's deceit tarnish everything they had worked for. Together with Emily, he would fight to reclaim their narrative. The day of the investor presentation arrived, and the atmosphere was tense. David stood in front of a large audience, his heart pounding as he prepared to address the concerns that had been circulating. He knew that the stakes were high, and he could feel the weight of the moment. "Thank you all for being here today," David began, his voice steady but firm. "I understand there have been rumors regarding our leadership and the direction of the company. I want to address these head-on and present the facts." As David laid out the company's achievements, strategies for the future, and the transparency they had worked to establish, Emily stood beside him, exuding confidence. Together, they presented the evidence they had gathered regarding Ryan's manipulation, showcasing the truth behind his deceit. The investors listened intently, their expressions shifting as they absorbed the information. When David finished, he opened the floor for questions. One investor, a key stakeholder, raised a hand. "We've heard troubling things. What guarantees can you provide that this won't happen again?" David took a deep breath. "We have implemented new protocols to ensure transparency and accountability. Emily will be overseeing these changes as we build a stronger foundation moving forward." As he spoke, David saw the doubts begin to dissipate. The investors engaged with Emily, asking questions that showcased their interest and belief in her leadership. David felt a swell of pride as he watched Emily shine, proving her worth as an invaluable asset to the company. In the days that followed, the company weathered the storm of Ryan's sabotage. With David and Emily at the helm, they successfully regained the trust of their investors and clients. Ryan's influence waned as his lies unraveled, and his attempts to undermine them became increasingly futile. As the corporate landscape shifted, David and Emily emerged stronger, their partnership solidified by the trials they had faced together. The bond forged in adversity transformed into a friendship rooted in mutual respect and admiration. David recognized Emily's incredible potential and began to lean on her more heavily as they strategized for the company's future. Together, they envisioned new projects that would not only enhance the company's standing but also create an environment where every employee felt valued. As the months passed, Emily's role grew, and she felt a sense of belonging within the company. The whispers of dissent faded, replaced by a culture of collaboration and support. David's leadership, combined with Emily's insights, transformed the company into a thriving hub of innovation. One evening, as they celebrated a successful quarter at the cafe where their journey had begun, David raised a glass. "To new beginnings," he said, his eyes shining with optimism. Emily smiled, her heart swelling with gratitude. "And to resilience. We've come so far." As they clinked their glasses together, David reflected on the tumultuous journey they had endured. The lessons learned about trust, integrity, and the importance of teamwork would guide them in the future. Emily felt empowered, ready to embrace her new role and the possibilities ahead. Together, they were prepared to face whatever challenges lay on the horizon, united by their shared vision and commitment to the company's success. In that bustling cafe, with the world moving around them, David and Emily knew they had weathered the storm and emerged victorious. The path ahead was bright, and they were ready to forge it together. One evening, as they celebrated a successful quarter at the cafe where their journey had begun, David raised a glass. "To new beginnings," he said, his eyes shining with optimism. Emily smiled, her heart swelling with gratitude. "And to resilience. We've come so far." As they clinked their glasses together, David reflected on the tumultuous journey they had endured. The lessons learned about trust, integrity, and the importance of teamwork would guide them in the future. Emily felt empowered, ready to embrace her new role and the possibilities ahead. Together, they were prepared to face whatever challenges lay on the horizon, united by their shared vision and commitment to the company's success. In that bustling cafe, with the world moving around them, David and Emily knew they had weathered the storm and emerged victorious. The path ahead was bright, and they were ready to forge it together. As the months passed, David Sullivan and Emily Hart had successfully transformed their company into a model of resilience and innovation. The atmosphere within the office was vibrant, with employees collaborating enthusiastically and new ideas flourishing. David's leadership style had evolved, prioritizing transparency and teamwork, while Emily's strategic insights helped steer the company toward unprecedented success. However, beneath the surface, Ryan remained a lingering threat. Though he had faded from the spotlight, whispers of his influence still circulated within certain circles of the industry. David and Emily were aware that he could resurface at any moment, attempting to reclaim his power. One crisp autumn morning, as the leaves turned golden outside the office windows, David gathered the leadership team for a strategy meeting. Emily stood beside him, her presence a source of confidence for everyone in the room. "Today, we're discussing our expansion plans for the next quarter," David began, his tone commanding yet approachable. "I want to ensure we're prepared for any challenges that may come our way, including potential pushback from competitors." Emily took over, presenting their research on market trends and potential partnerships. As she spoke, David watched her command the room, her passion evident. This was the Emily he had come to admire, not just a partner but a leader in her own right. Later that day, as David returned to his office, his phone buzzed with a message from Julian, the private investigator. The message was succinct but alarming. "David, we need to talk. Urgent." David's heart raced. He quickly called Julian, and the investigator's voice was grave on the other end. "I've uncovered something concerning about Ryan. He's been making moves to undermine your position, and he's not acting alone." "What do you mean?" David asked, the tension in his voice palpable. "There's a group of former employees who have been meeting with him. They're plotting to discredit you and Emily." "I have evidence of their communications," Julian explained. David felt a surge of anger mixed with dread. "We need to confront this head-on. I won't let him disrupt what we've built." "I recommend we gather evidence and approach them strategically," Julian suggested. "Confronting them without proof could backfire." "Understood. Keep me updated on any developments," David replied, determination flooding his voice. That evening, David met with Emily to share the unsettling news. He found her in the conference room, reviewing reports. As he entered, her expression shifted from concentration to concern. "What's wrong?" she asked, sensing his tension. "Ryan's been plotting against us with some former employees. Julian has evidence, and I want us to be prepared for whatever comes next," David said, his jaw clenched. Emily's eyes widened. "We can't let him win. We've worked too hard for this. What's our plan?" David took a deep breath, appreciating her resolve. "We'll gather all the evidence we can. Then we'll address this with the board and our key stakeholders. We need them to see Ryan for what he really is." Emily nodded, her determination matching his. "I'll help with the research and communication. We need to stay one step ahead." As they worked late into the night, compiling evidence and strategizing, David felt a renewed sense of purpose. Together, they would protect their vision and ensure Ryan's machinations wouldn't succeed. Days later, David and Emily called an emergency meeting with the board members. As they gathered in the large conference room, tension hung thick in the air. David stood at the head of the table, flanked by Emily, who exuded confidence and poise. "Thank you all for coming on such short notice," David began, addressing the room. "We have critical information regarding Ryan and his attempts to undermine our leadership." He laid out the evidence Julian had provided, including emails and recorded conversations that revealed Ryan's efforts to rally former employees against them. The room buzzed with disbelief as the board members absorbed the implications. "This isn't just about the past," Emily interjected, her voice steady. "It's about protecting the future of our company. We need to stand united against this threat." A board member spoke up. "What do you propose we do?" David replied, "We must confront Ryan directly, expose his actions, and communicate transparently with our clients and stakeholders. This company is built on integrity, and we can't allow him to tarnish that." The board members exchanged glances, a mix of concern and determination evident on their faces. Finally, the chairman nodded. "Let's prepare a public statement and a plan for our next steps." With their strategy in place, David and Emily decided it was time to confront Ryan directly. They arranged a meeting at a neutral location, a small conference room in a nearby hotel, to ensure it was a professional setting. David's heart raced as he anticipated the encounter. When Ryan arrived, he appeared calm and composed, a facade of confidence masking the storm brewing beneath. David and Emily exchanged a glance before David addressed Ryan. "We know what you've been planning, Ryan. It's time to come clean." Ryan's smirk faltered for a moment, but he quickly regained his composure. "What are you talking about? I've moved on. I'm not interested in the company anymore." Emily leaned forward. "That's not true. We have proof of your attempts to undermine us and rally former employees to your side. This stops now." Ryan's facade shattered. "You think you can intimidate me? I know how to play this game, and you're both outmatched." David's voice was steady as he responded, "This isn't about intimidation. It's about accountability. We won't let you disrupt our progress any longer." As the confrontation escalated, Ryan's desperation became evident. He launched into a tirade, trying to deflect blame and undermine David's credibility. "You think you're so great, but the truth is, you wouldn't be here without my guidance. You're nothing without me." David felt a surge of anger but maintained his composure. "That's where you're wrong, Ryan. This company is about more than just one person. It's about the collective effort of our team, and we're stronger without your betrayal hanging over us." Emily added, "We've built something incredible together, and we won't let you destroy it out of spite. You'll be held accountable for your actions." Realizing he was cornered, Ryan's demeanor shifted. The anger faded, replaced by a chilling calm. "You think you can just cut me out? I'll make sure you regret this. You have no idea who you're dealing with." After their confrontation, David and Emily prepared to move forward, determined to restore the company's reputation and unity. They released a public statement addressing Ryan's actions and reassuring clients and stakeholders of their commitment to integrity and transparency. As the days unfolded, the impact of their bold stance reverberated throughout the industry. David and Emily's leadership was praised, and clients reaffirmed their trust in the company. The support they received only solidified their resolve to continue building a thriving business. Meanwhile, Ryan's efforts to undermine them crumbled. The former employees he had tried to rally began to distance themselves, recognizing the strength and unity that David and Emily had cultivated. With Ryan's influence waning, David and Emily focused on expanding their vision for the company. They implemented innovative initiatives, sought new partnerships, and emphasized a culture of collaboration that empowered every employee. Emily flourished in her leadership role, proving her worth time and again. David recognized her contributions, and together they envisioned a future where their company could thrive in a competitive landscape. One evening, as they celebrated another successful quarter, David turned to Emily. "I couldn't have done this without you. Your strength and vision have changed everything." Emily smiled, her heart swelling with gratitude. "We've built this together, and I'm excited for what lies ahead. We're just getting started." As David looked around the room, he felt a deep sense of pride. They had weathered the storm, faced betrayal, and emerged stronger than ever. The lessons learned through adversity had forged an unbreakable bond between him and Emily. David reflected on the journey they had taken, realizing the importance of trust, integrity, and the power of partnership. Together, they had navigated the complexities of the corporate world, and now they stood at the precipice of a new chapter, ready to embrace the possibilities that lay ahead. In that moment, surrounded by their team, David and Emily knew they were on the path to greatness, a path built on resilience, collaboration, and an unwavering commitment to each other in the vision they had created together. With the storm of Ryan's betrayal firmly behind them, David Sullivan and Emily Hart focused on embracing the future. The company was flourishing, driven by their shared vision and commitment to excellence. David's leadership, complemented by Emily's strategic acumen, had transformed the workplace into a thriving hub of creativity and collaboration. As they settled into their new rhythm, they recognized the importance of adapting to the ever-changing landscape of their industry. David called for a company-wide meeting, eager to share his thoughts on the next phase of their growth. "Team," David began, addressing the gathered employees with a mix of enthusiasm and sincerity, "we've overcome significant challenges together, and I couldn't be prouder of what we've accomplished. But we can't rest on our laurels. The market is evolving, and we need to evolve with it." Emily stepped forward, her energy infectious. "We're launching a series of initiatives aimed at fostering innovation. We want your ideas and creativity to guide us as we move forward. Together, we'll explore new avenues for growth." The room erupted in applause, and David felt a surge of optimism. This was the culture they had worked so hard to build, a culture where every voice mattered, and every idea had the potential to shape the company's future. To kick off their new initiatives, David and Emily organized an innovation summit, inviting all employees to participate in brainstorming sessions and workshops. They wanted to cultivate an environment where creativity thrived and collaboration flourished. The day of the summit arrived, and the energy in the air was palpable. Employees gathered in the spacious conference room, eager to contribute their ideas. David and Emily set the tone for the day, emphasizing the importance of thinking outside the box. "Let's challenge the status quo," David urged, his eyes gleaming with excitement. "We're here to explore new horizons and push the boundaries of what we can achieve." As teams broke into smaller groups, Emily moved among them, facilitating discussions and encouraging participants to share their thoughts. She loved seeing the enthusiasm ignite in her colleagues as they brainstormed innovative solutions and fresh perspectives. One team proposed an idea for a new product line that would cater to a younger demographic, while another suggested implementing sustainable practices in their operations. David and Emily listened attentively, jotting down notes and providing feedback. The enthusiasm was contagious, and the room buzzed with creativity. As the summit unfolded, David and Emily took time to connect with their employees on a personal level. They hosted informal discussions, allowing team members to share their experiences, challenges, and aspirations. David understood that fostering strong relationships was essential for building a resilient team. During one session, a young employee named Sarah shared her story of how she had struggled to find her place within the company. "I never felt confident in my ideas, but this summit has shown me that I have something valuable to contribute," she said, her voice trembling with emotion. David smiled warmly. "Your voice matters, Sarah. We need diverse perspectives to drive our innovation. Keep sharing your ideas, they're essential to our success." Emily added, "We're all in this together. Your contributions help shape our future, and we're excited to see what we can achieve as a team." As the day progressed, bonds strengthened among employees, and a sense of camaraderie blossomed. David and Emily watched as colleagues began collaborating in ways they hadn't before, sharing insights and fostering an atmosphere of support. However, just as things seemed to be moving in the right direction, an unexpected challenge arose. A major competitor, previously quiet in the market, suddenly launched an aggressive marketing campaign aimed at stealing market share. David and Emily recognized that they had to respond quickly to safeguard their company's position. In an emergency meeting, they gathered the leadership team to devise a plan. "We can't let this competition derail our momentum," David stated firmly. "We need to act decisively and creatively." Emily proposed leveraging their recent success from the Innovation Summit. "Let's take the ideas we've generated and fast-track the most promising ones. We need to showcase our commitment to innovation and customer satisfaction." The team rallied around the idea, brainstorming ways to implement the new product line and enhance their marketing strategies. They focused on what set them apart: integrity, innovation, and a deep commitment to their customers. With a renewed sense of urgency, David and Emily spearheaded a marketing push to communicate their unique value proposition. They utilized social media, targeted advertising, and community engagement to re-establish their brand in the market. Emily led the charge on a new marketing campaign centered around their commitment to sustainability and community involvement. "Let's show our customers that we care about more than just profit," she suggested. "We're dedicated to making a positive impact." The campaign resonated with their target audience, and soon, they began to see an increase in customer engagement and loyalty. David and Emily collaborated closely with the marketing team, reviewing metrics and adjusting their strategies based on real-time feedback. As the campaign gained traction, they organized community events that showcased their new products and fostered connections with customers. David and Emily were actively involved, engaging with attendees and listening to their feedback. Months passed, and the company began to reap the rewards of their efforts. Sales surged, and their brand reputation strengthened. David and Emily felt a deep sense of satisfaction as they witnessed the results of their hard work and commitment. During a company-wide celebration to mark their success, David stood before the team, gratitude radiating from him. "This achievement belongs to all of you. Your dedication, creativity, and resilience have brought us to this moment. I'm proud to work alongside each of you." Emily added, "Together, we've proven that we can overcome any challenge. Let's continue to innovate, collaborate, and support each other as we move forward." The atmosphere was electric as employees celebrated their collective triumph. David and Emily shared a moment, exchanging proud smiles, knowing that they had built something special together. As they looked toward the future, David and Emily realized that their journey was far from over. They had weathered storms, faced betrayal, and emerged stronger. The lessons learned had shaped their leadership and deepened their commitment to one another and their employees. One evening, as they walked through the city streets after a long day, Emily spoke up. "I can't believe how far we've come. We've built a culture that values every voice and encourages innovation." David nodded, reflecting on their journey. "It's a testament to what we can achieve when we work together. I'm excited for the road ahead." Their conversation shifted toward aspirations for the company's future. They discussed expansion plans, potential partnerships, and the impact they wanted to make in their industry. The possibilities seemed endless, and both felt invigorated by the prospect of continued growth. As David and Emily prepared to take their company to new heights, they knew that the foundation they had built together would serve them well. Their partnership had grown into a powerful force, rooted in trust, respect, and shared vision. In the weeks that followed, they launched new initiatives, continued to foster innovation, and engaged deeply with their employees and customers. They were determined to leave a lasting legacy, one that reflected their values and commitment to making a difference. As they stood together, looking out over the city from their office, David and Emily felt a profound sense of purpose. The journey they had embarked on together had transformed them both personally and professionally, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. In the heart of that bustling city, David and Emily Sullivan knew they had not only built a successful company but had also forged a partnership that would endure through the trials of time. The future was bright, and they were ready to embrace every moment of it together. As the months turned into a year, David Sullivan and Emily Hart had transformed their company into a beacon of innovation and integrity within the industry. The landscape had changed dramatically since Ryan's betrayal, and the lessons learned from that tumultuous experience had shaped both their professional and personal lives. The culture they cultivated was vibrant, with an emphasis on collaboration, transparency, and continuous improvement. Employees thrived under this new paradigm, inspired to contribute their best ideas and efforts. The company had grown not only in revenue but also in reputation, becoming a sought-after partner in the market. One morning, David sat in his office, reflecting on the incredible journey they had undertaken. He felt a sense of pride as he reviewed the quarterly report, which showcased impressive growth metrics. Just then, Emily entered, her energy infectious. "Have you seen the latest numbers?" she asked, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "We're outpacing our projections." David smiled, feeling the same excitement. "It's amazing to see our efforts pay off. I couldn't have done this without you, Emily." With their success firmly established, David and Emily decided it was time to give back to the community that had supported them throughout their journey. They brainstormed ways to create a positive impact, ultimately deciding to launch a corporate social responsibility program. "We need to find ways to engage with our community," Emily proposed during a strategy session. "Let's create initiatives that reflect our values and foster collaboration." David nodded, appreciating her passion. "Let's start with something tangible, perhaps we can support local schools or environmental initiatives." They organized a company-wide event, inviting employees to suggest community projects they were passionate about. The response was overwhelming. Employees shared their ideas, from mentorship programs to environmental cleanup initiatives. Together, they selected a few projects to focus on and began to mobilize resources and volunteers. The company's first initiative was a mentorship program that paired employees with local high school students, offering guidance and support as they navigated their educational journeys. The launch of the mentorship program brought the company closer to the community. Employees volunteered their time to meet with students, sharing insights about career paths and life skills. The enthusiasm was palpable, and many employees expressed how rewarding it was to give back. During one mentorship session, David attended to observe and engage with the students. He shared his own journey, emphasizing the importance of resilience and hard work. "Don't be afraid to take risks," he encouraged the students. "Every setback is a stepping stone to success." Emily joined him, sharing her story of growth within the company. "Believe in yourself, and don't let anyone's doubts define your potential," she said, her words resonating deeply with the students. The students were inspired, and the program flourished, fostering connections between the company and the community. As the program gained traction, David and Emily received positive feedback from both the students and their parents, reinforcing their commitment to making a difference. While the company thrived, David faced a personal challenge that tested his resilience. His father had been battling health issues, and the weight of concern began to take a toll on him. He found himself torn between his responsibilities at work and his desire to be there for his family. One evening, Emily noticed David's distraction during a meeting. Afterward, she approached him, concern etched on her face. "You've been distant lately. Is everything okay?" David sighed, running a hand through his hair. "It's my dad. He's not doing well, and I feel like I'm not doing enough. I want to be there for him, but I can't afford to let the company falter." Emily placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "You don't have to carry this burden alone. We'll support you, and I can help manage things while you take the time you need." David appreciated her understanding and felt a weight lift. "Thank you, Emily. It means a lot to have your support." With Emily's encouragement, David decided to take a short leave to be with his family. He knew the company was in capable hands, and he needed to prioritize what mattered most. During his time away, he focused on spending quality moments with his father, sharing stories, laughter, and memories. David's father was proud of his son's accomplishments, often reminiscing about the early days of David's career. "You've built something incredible, son," he said, his voice filled with warmth. "But remember to cherish the moments that truly matter." Those words resonated deeply with David. He realized that while his career was important, family and relationships were the foundation of a fulfilling life. When David returned to work, he felt rejuvenated. He was ready to tackle challenges head-on, supported by the strong team he had built alongside Emily. As he settled back into his routine, he noticed a renewed sense of purpose in the office. During a team meeting, he shared his personal journey, emphasizing the importance of balancing work and family. "I've realized that our lives are more than just our careers. It's about the connections we make and the people we love." The team appreciated his vulnerability, and it sparked a conversation about work-life balance within the company. Emily suggested implementing flexible work schedules, allowing employees to prioritize their well-being and family needs. "Let's create an environment where everyone feels empowered to take care of their personal lives," Emily said, her enthusiasm evident. The idea was met with enthusiasm, and soon, the company rolled out new policies that encouraged employees to take time for themselves. It was a move that not only improved morale but also strengthened the sense of community within the company. As the year progressed, David and Emily celebrated numerous milestones. The company's innovative initiatives received industry recognition, and their commitment to social responsibility garnered positive media attention. To commemorate their achievements and the impact they were making, David and Emily organized an annual gala, inviting employees, community members, and industry leaders. The event was an opportunity to showcase their journey, celebrate their success, and give back to the community. During the gala, David stood before the gathered crowd, gratitude radiating from him. "Tonight, we celebrate not just our accomplishments but the incredible people who have been part of this journey. Each of you has contributed to our success, and together, we're making a difference in our community." Emily added, "Let's continue to push boundaries, support one another, and embrace every opportunity to innovate. Together, we can create a legacy of trust and integrity that extends far beyond these walls." The evening was filled with laughter, dancing, and shared stories, as David and Emily reveled in the strong connections they had fostered. As the night came to a close, David and Emily stepped outside to take in the city lights. They exchanged smiles, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. "Can you believe how far we've come?" David asked, reflecting on their journey. "It's been a whirlwind, but every challenge has shaped us." Emily nodded, her eyes shining. "We've built something special. And this is just the beginning. I'm excited for what's next." Together, they gazed at the horizon, knowing that their partnership had created a solid foundation for the future. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united by their shared vision and commitment to making a difference. In the years that followed, David and Emily continued to lead their company with integrity and innovation. Their dedication to their employees and community laid the groundwork for a legacy that would endure. They remained committed to nurturing a workplace where every voice mattered, fostering creativity and collaboration. The mentorship programs flourished, impacting countless young lives, while their corporate social responsibility initiatives became a model for other companies to emulate. As they looked back on their journey, David and Emily understood the true essence of success: the connections forged along the way, the trust built with their employees, and the positive impact they had on the world around them. In that bustling city, the legacy of David and Emily Sullivan was one of trust, resilience, and a relentless pursuit of excellence, an enduring testament to the power of partnership and the belief that together, they could overcome any challenge. As the years rolled by, David Sullivan and Emily Hart established themselves not only as leaders of a thriving company but also as influential figures within their community. Their commitment to innovation, integrity, and social responsibility became the cornerstone of their corporate philosophy. However, as the company continued to grow, so did the complexities of leadership. David and Emily knew they were entering a new phase of their journey. With expansion plans underway and aspirations to enter international markets, they faced the challenge of scaling their culture while maintaining the values that had brought them success. During a strategic planning session, David gathered the leadership team to discuss their next steps. "We have an incredible opportunity to expand our reach," he said, his tone firm yet optimistic. "But we need to ensure that our core values remain at the forefront as we grow. How do we maintain our culture while entering new markets?" Emily chimed in, "We can implement training programs for new employees that emphasize our values and culture. If we hire leaders who embody those principles, we can ensure consistency across all locations." The team engaged in passionate discussions, brainstorming ways to reinforce their culture during expansion. Ideas flowed, and together they laid out a comprehensive plan to maintain their identity as they scaled. With the plan in place, David and Emily prepared to launch their expansion efforts. They targeted key international markets that aligned with their company's mission and values. The excitement within the company was palpable. Employees rallied around the opportunity to make a global impact. To facilitate the expansion, David and Emily traveled to various countries, meeting with potential partners and stakeholders. Each visit provided insights into local cultures, customer preferences, and business practices. They were determined to approach international markets with sensitivity and respect for cultural differences. During one such trip to Europe, they met with a prospective partner in Germany, a company known for its sustainability initiatives. As they sat in a sleek conference room overlooking the city, David shared their vision for collaboration. "We're passionate about making a difference, and we believe together we can create impactful solutions." The potential partner was intrigued. "Your commitment to social responsibility aligns well with our values. Let's explore how we can work together to create something meaningful." Emily felt a surge of pride. This was exactly what they had envisioned, expanding their mission and legacy on a global scale while staying true to their principles. As they expanded internationally, David and Emily recognized the importance of building a diverse team that reflected the markets they were entering. They understood that diversity would enrich their company culture and provide a broader range of perspectives. "Let's prioritize diversity in our hiring practices," Emily suggested during a leadership meeting. "We need team members who understand the local markets and can bring their unique insights to the table." David nodded, fully supportive of the initiative. "We'll also implement mentorship programs in our new offices, encouraging collaboration and knowledge sharing between locations. This way, we can foster a cohesive culture even as we grow." The leadership team set to work, developing strategies for attracting diverse talent and creating an inclusive environment. As new employees joined from various backgrounds, David and Emily ensured that the company's values remained at the forefront of their onboarding process. With the expansion underway, David and Emily faced the complexities of navigating cultural differences within their new teams. Each market brought its own unique challenges and opportunities, requiring a tailored approach to leadership. During a visit to their new office in Japan, David and Emily engaged in discussions with their local team. They were eager to learn about their perspectives and how they could best support them. In a roundtable discussion, an employee named Akira expressed concerns about communication styles. "In Japan, we value consensus and indirect communication. It's important for us to feel included in decision-making processes," he explained. David listened intently, appreciating Akira's candor. "Thank you for sharing that, Akira. We want to ensure that everyone feels heard and valued. How can we adapt our approach to better align with your cultural norms?" Emily added, "We're committed to fostering an environment where everyone can contribute their ideas and feel part of the team. Your insights are essential to our success." Through these open conversations, David and Emily learned to navigate cultural nuances, fostering an inclusive environment where all employees felt empowered to share their perspectives. As the international expansion continued, David and Emily celebrated significant milestones along the way. Each new office launch marked not just a business achievement but also a testament to their commitment to collaboration and shared values. During the grand opening of their office in London, the atmosphere was electric. Employees from different locations gathered to celebrate their collective achievements. David and Emily stood on a makeshift stage, addressing the crowd with enthusiasm. "Today marks a significant moment for us," David began. "We're not just opening a new office, we're expanding our family. Each of you plays a vital role in our mission, and together, we can make a lasting impact. Emily echoed his sentiments. Let's continue to innovate, support one another, and create a culture that celebrates our diverse backgrounds. Together, we can achieve greatness. The crowd erupted in cheers, the sense of unity palpable. David and Emily knew that their shared vision was resonating with employees across the globe. As their company continued to thrive, David and Emily became increasingly recognized as thought leaders within the industry. They were invited to speak at conferences and events, sharing their insights on leadership, culture, and social responsibility. During one such conference, David took the stage to address an audience of aspiring entrepreneurs. Building a successful company isn't just about the bottom line. It's about creating a legacy that reflects your values and impacts the lives of others. Emily joined him, emphasizing the importance of mentorship. We must empower the next generation of leaders to embrace diversity, creativity, and ethical practices. Our legacy is shaped not just by our achievements but by the impact we have on those around us. Their words resonated deeply, inspiring attendees to reflect on their own journeys and the kind of legacy they wanted to leave behind. Amidst the whirlwind of expansion and leadership, David and Emily also took time for personal growth and reflection. They understood the importance of self-care and maintaining balance in their lives. One evening, after a particularly demanding week, Emily suggested they take a weekend retreat to recharge. "We've been so focused on work, let's step back and enjoy some time together away from the office," she proposed. David agreed, recognizing the value of taking a break. They chose a serene cabin in the mountains, where they could unwind and reconnect with nature. During their retreat, they hiked through the lush trails, shared stories around the campfire, and took time to reflect on their journey. David felt grateful for Emily's partnership and the strength they drew from one another. "Sometimes, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle," David admitted as they sat under the stars. "But moments like this remind me of what truly matters, our connection and the impact we're making." Emily nodded, her heart full. "Together, we can navigate any challenge. Let's continue to prioritize our values and keep our vision clear as we move forward." As they returned from their retreat, David and Emily felt rejuvenated and ready to tackle the challenges ahead. They were excited to continue expanding their legacy, knowing that their partnership and shared values would guide them. The company continued to grow, and their commitment to social responsibility remained unwavering. They launched new initiatives, including scholarships for aspiring entrepreneurs and partnerships with local nonprofits, further solidifying their role as a force for good within the community. Through it all, David and Emily knew they were creating a legacy that extended far beyond the walls of their company. They were fostering a culture of integrity, innovation, and collaboration, inspiring others to embrace their values and make a difference.